Welcome back to what's Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the SU-14-2, otherwise known as the school bus. It's located on the north spawn of Prokhorovka under the command of Fluffylilkitten. And you can see he's actually wearing the Kit Kat's chunky skin, which was specially devised by Sir Rusty for Zoe Balls. And today happens to be Zoe Balls' birthday, so many happy returns, Zoe. Well, we're off to the west side of the map. What could do with a Kit Kat Chunky right now, but I'm not allowed chocolate. Oh dear. Anyway, it's a 203mm B4 howitzer, the standard Soviet howitzer, in a chassis that belonged to an SU-14-1, which had crew compartments and cover placed over the gun. And they called this the Special Duty Heavy Triplex. And one of these was firing from Kubinka towards the Germans when they were closing on Moscow. And it's still there, it's still in the tank museum at Kubinka. So if you want to go and see it, it's an absolutely massive vehicle. Of course, their one is bright green, whereas this one is Kit Kat coloured. Hey, well, Fluffylilkitten's taking him over onto the far west side of the map and setting up to shoot. Looking for a target, and we've got a few already. There's a P-44 Pantera on the midline. In fact, there's two on the midline, and there's an IS-3 next to the railway line. Okay. Now, you only get a limited amount of ammunition. You only get 16 rounds with the SU-14, and that round, unfortunately, was hastily aimed, a bit of a snapshot, and unfortunately missed the target. But he did stun that P-44, so even though he missed the other one, he must have been very close to that P-44, and he's missing some hit points, so I suspect that that shell may have actually damaged him. We'll have to watch that at the end of the map, the end of the game, to see how many hit points he's missing. One thing you might notice from this game on the team list, there's an awful lot of SU-130PMs. And the reason for that was that this game was played when the SU-130PM just came out. It was a reward vehicle, obviously, for a lot of missions over a period of time. And everyone had their SU-130 and they all wanted to try them out. Fired a round in on that target. Very close to where it was. Not sure what the target was, actually. I didn't actually catch sight of it. Oh, it was an SU-130. Okay, so he nearly hit an SU-130. He's missing a few hit points, so maybe that did splash him. Now, reloads over around about 30 seconds, because it is the B4 howitzer, so it is a long reload time. 203mm shell. Round out on the IS-3. Good hit! Splash hit right in front of him, 443. Now, as you can see, Fluffylilkitten's carrying 4 rounds of premium ammo. They've just got an extra splash radius that does make a difference, actually, funnily enough. A lot of people think, oh, well, why should I actually carry premium rounds? They really do make a difference if you've got a lot of enemy real close together. As you can see, we've got alpha damage of 1050 off a penetration of 52mm. Dialing in on the Calibre. That looks about right. Long time for the shell to arrive. It's about 4 seconds firing from one side of the map, one corner to the other corner. So you've got a long wait. And if you're an Arty player, that means you have to work out where the enemy's going to be in 4 seconds time. And sometimes you get it wrong, sometimes you get it right. If you're a practice Arty player, you do learn to work out where people are. And of course you look for visual cues. You can see trees going down there. So there's a tank knocking trees down as he's retreating back along the railway line. That would tell you where one of the enemy is. Okay, we've got those targets up on the hill again. Fluffylilkitten's dialing in. Carnarvon's missing some hit points. I'm not sure if that's due to his shot or his teammates. Well, that one landed exactly where the SU-14-2 was, but he doesn't appear to have got a kill. Right, here's some tanks with immediate concern. A Carnarvon has made up the west side of the map. Batchat is asking for fire support, but we're not loaded yet. Now, Fluffylilkitten's having a look around by holding down his right-hand mouse key to see are there any other targets that can hit. And he's actually changed his aim now. So he took his aim off the Carnarvon and he's now looking towards the hill. He's dialing in on that Centurion. That's it. Nice tight aim. He's got a very narrow field of fire. That was a good hit. 393 just off the front of the vehicle. Didn't actually land on the vehicle, but 393 damage is pretty good. And it looks like that tank took direct hits afterwards, so more than likely picked up some stun assist there off the Carnarvon. In fact, actually, our Object 252 killed the Carnarvon shortly afterwards, so yes, he would definitely have picked up some stun assists. We fired around at that Carnarvon. Unfortunately, he moved slightly further on, but we still got him for a fair amount. 163 for the shot, but he is stunned. Here's an IS-3, just took a hit there. Going for the Lerva. Still loading. Lining him up. Nicely aimed. Be ready as soon as he's loaded. And rounds out straight away. Lovely direction right on the engine bay of the Lerva. I can't see the exact point of impact, but it definitely hit him directly. Now it looks like we're going to try and get some fire support here. This is where one of those premium rounds would really be useful right now. Unfortunately, it's only loading a standard one. Oh, and both enemies have been wiped out. The Calibre was killed by our SU-130, or one of them, and the Lerva was killed by the Batchat 12 ton. But we've got another SU-130 further back here, and we fired a round in anyway. He pulled back just at the moment we lost sight of him. Now there's an IS-3 in the village, and he's remarkably not moving, but he's actually receiving fire from a Progetto 46 on the hill. We're dialing in on him, hoping that we can get him. Oh, we just took out that Progetto, and we've lost sight of him now. Now we're looking for any destruction around that site, because if there is, that would indicate that he's moved away. Yes, there was a bit of movement there. I think he knocks down something as he moved, but Fluffylilkitten's decided not to fire. Instead, he's dialing in on this P-44 Pantera, and he fired while he wasn't fully dialed in, and of course he's missed the target. It really does pay to dial in fully on the target, and there are mods that you can use which will help tell you when you are fully dialed in. And I thoroughly recommend those, especially if you're a novice Arty player, or if you normally drive tanks and you're just playing with Arty, because they will help you to wait just an extra few seconds, and that few seconds will allow your Arty to dial in fully and then get an accurate hit. Okay, T92. He's lost sight of him, and he's pulled away. There's the IS-3. Okay, we're dialing in. Not there yet. Almost ready. Or he's fired prematurely again. But he got the kill. He splashed him to death with the B4 howitzer splash radius. Now he's only got one round of standard ammo left, because he's going to be into the premium rounds now. And we are 3 tanks behind on the enemy. unfortunately, 3 of the enemy tanks are SU-130PMs. And of course, they've got that wicked 13cm gun, which is capable of a huge amount of damage in one shot, much more than the Scorpion G. Lining him up. Now, I don't think it'd be a good shot, but he's trying it anyway. And he got a hit! Amazing! It was a very difficult shot because I thought that the shell would actually hit the railway carriages and not damage that SU-130 at all, but it actually did go over the carriages into the SU-130, then blew up. And that IS-3 is dead. Okay, so we've clawed back some tanks now. We're only 2 down now, but there's only 4 of us left. So it's getting more dicey, and here's a Pantera, and he's just been wiped out by our SU-130PM. There's 2 SU-130PMs. One of them's got 3 kills, one's got 1, and we've got an IS-3. The IS-3 is up near the centre line, near the railway. Okay, there's one of their SU-130s. Dialing in. Oh, just killed the IS-3. Get a shot. Rounds out. Looks good. It is! 1,029 hit points. That's the best hit he's had yet. It was a lovely shot. It was dialed in. He was moving, but he accurately worked out where he was headed, and therefore the shot had the maximum effect. When it hit, the lightly armoured SU-130 was toast. So we're now only 1 tank down. In fact, now we're evens, but we've just lost one of our SU-130s, and unfortunately it happens to be, well, luckily it's not the one that's got the most kills. He's still alive, and he's only a short distance away from us. But we're looking for the enemy Arty now, because there is still an enemy Arty in play. It's a GW Tiger P, and we're guessing that he's going to be somewhere near the railway line. I must admit, if I was on Prokhorovka in a GW Tiger P, I would probably be near the railway line, because it's very slow Arty. So it takes a long time to move over to the west side of the map. Not the sort of Arty you want to be in if you're having to relocate quickly, because you won't be able to. It's very, very slow. Oh, the SU-130PM found us. It's wiped us out. And our SU-130PM is now going after that Scorpion. He's stumbled, bluffed him, managed to get behind him, but that stopped him from being killed. But it's now 1 on 2, and yep, it's a loss. He couldn't hold out. There was another SU-130PM, the same one that killed Fluffylilkitten, was still out there, and he just waited for the reload and then finished off our teammate. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it's a second-class tanker for Fluffylilkitten in the SU-14-2. He did this his first second-class, actually, because it's got the scrolls underneath. He also got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 12. A Gore's medal for doing more damage than 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And he got the high caliber. He dealt the most damage in the battle overall. And I'm pretty sure that actually he guaranteed that high caliber with that kill shot on the SU-130PM. So let's have a look at the win rate. It was 5,076. Let's have a look at team score. Well, there you go. Right at the top of the table, 3,761 hit points of damage. The next high score was that SU-130, the one we just last saw at the end of the game, 3,413 for him. And then we have the SU-130PM, the other one that was killed, 2,877. When it came to kills, it was the SU-130PM on our team. He got 5 kills. Then there was an SU-130PM on the enemy team, the one that killed him and Fluffylilkitten, got 4 kills. And then there's another one who managed to get 3 kills, and I think that may have been the one that Fluffylilkitten killed. And then Fluffylilkitten got 2, along with the enemy Arty, who was still alive at the end, and he picked up a Confederate as well as their Wizzy 120. Let's have a look at base XP. Well, the high scorer was their T92. He managed to get a patrol duty and scout and got 1,273 base experience points. Then came their GW Tiger P with 945, and their SU-14-2, the one that scored the most, with 858. The best that Fluffylilkitten could get on that game was 641, and he was only beaten by the SU-14-2, the good one, who got 678 in total. We can see that Fluffylilkitten fired 13 rounds during that game. He did have to fire some of his premium ammo towards the end. He got 3 direct hits and 3 penetrations and 11 splash. Damage of 3,761 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He received 1 hit. It was from that SU-14-2, and it was a penetration, and it was completely lethal. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 2 of them, and he also did stun assistance damage of 1,001 hit points off 12 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 48,933 credits, got 5,650 for courageous resistance. That's for getting an epic medal and being on the losing team. You obviously get a bump up in credits to equalize your score with that of the winning team. And so his total came to 54,548 credits. And after repair and ammunition resupply, and remember there were some premium ammo in rounds in that, he actually took away 13,566 credits for that game. He got 6 bonds for the battle, tier 8 Arty, but facing an awful lot of tier 8 opponents. And he also picked up 961 XP, 549 for courageous resistance, total 1,510 experience points altogether. So not a bad little battle that, and congratulations for Fluffylilkitten to get the Gores and the high caliber. It's just a pity really that there were so many SU-130s in that particular game. This game did actually take place during the early days of December rather, last year, when obviously people were completing the SU-130 marathon, and so they were just testing out their rewards, and unfortunately that tank destroyer is pretty lethal. But it was a good game all the same. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.